Cool. Alright, mic check for me. Dark, if you want to talk when you can, just a mic check.
Mic check, I am here.
Alright, mic check for me. Dark, if you want to talk when you can, just a mic check.
Mic check.
Nice. Alright, we are rocking. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Virtual Formula League, Season 1, Race 7. Coming to you live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dark, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from UK.
Come on, give a little more specific. I'm giving my whole city.
Derbyshire.
Hell yeah, shout out. Racing live in France, home of Francois Hardy. Dark, how do you feel about France? What do you think about this circuit?
It's proven itself this year. It's been a great race in real life, so I'm hoping for something spicy today.
For sure. Do you like racing it?
Personally, yes. It's on this game particularly, it's gotten a lot better to racing.
Why do you say that?
It's just great. It's just a better track. It's really worked well with the new physics of the car. It does not every curb spin well here, so
yeah,
I'm positive.
Nice. In case I didn't introduce, in case you don't know, got the main man Dark alongside the OG, one of the creators of the league, finally hopping in on the commentating booth. Very excited. And yeah, got a grid of 15 today. Yeah. Yep.
Quite packed.
And did you do, so we're doing qualifying. Qualifying is in the dry. Obviously we'll be racing in the wet come the next session. Did you do any time trials, dry or wet this week?
Me personally, no.
Really? That surprises me.
No, I didn't.
So do you even have like a setup for France?
I do have a setup for France.
Nice.
It's not that outdated, but it does kind of work. So you can expect to see quite high wings despite it being a power track.
Okay. And if you had to guess, what times do you think we're looking out for in qualifying?
Ooh. Maybe 120s, 130s? I'm unsure. We'll see.
Guess we will see. Who's our first one on a hot lap here? I think I see Sky's just starting a hot lap, but I think there's at least one ahead of him. I think Karpar is our first hot lap, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to stay on board with Sky since he's a new racer this week. Says he's only been racing this game for a few months. Hoping to stay on the track this week, so we'll see how he's doing. We got a 22.7 in the first sector. Are you watching his onboard as well?
I'm watching Cameron, the person who's I think is ahead. He's in the mediums for now.
Nice, so he's in McLaren. First race for him as well, right?
Yep. First race for him, he's the new guy.
Oh, damn, and Sky just invalidated his track, stuck his wheel a little bit too much on the outside. Let me see.
It's a solid lap for Cameron so far. Clean.
He's on an outlap though?
Is he?
I'm pretty sure that's what it says next to his name. I don't know. I get so many glitches on this broadcasting.
Yeah, I get lots of glitches too.
Thing is so tough to.
Mirko sets the banker 130.
There we go.
I was kind of right in my prediction.
Yeah, exactly. So there is the time to beat. Kind of the K coming in about half a second behind or so, a little less, I guess. I'm watching Karpar to see where his time is coming in, and I think he may be around that 130.
I think someone is coming across the line right now. Yep, that's Steph.
Okay, so Mirko's 139 is still time to beat. Here comes Karpar. And he goes 5th, 131.4.
Interesting. My former teammate Roberts, 131 on the mediums. That's a great lap by him.
Yeah. So what do you think about? We have 3 people who are coming out first on the mediums. Oh, there we go, V-Rob. V-Rob going 130.036. That puts the 2 Alfa Romeos at 1-2.
Impressive. I do wonder why they're on mediums since it's going to rain.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to chance it.
I don't know. I mean, how many tires do you get in these short qualifying?
Short qualifying is you get 3 sets of softs, 1 set of mediums.
Yeah, so you definitely have enough softs to be running softs the whole time, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to hear the reasons for that.
I'm sure we will.
Oh, here, I'm gonna put the stream link in the Discord.
What's happened with Steph? I'm just on board with Steph at the moment. I think he saved K for a minute there. He's back though.
Got about half the grid who has not set a hot lap. Most significantly down there, Sick Boy, who's going into the pits right now. I'm not sure. I haven't been following
He hasn't
him.
validated his lap time.
So he's just coming in and switching out,
Yeah.
just like that.
I believe he hasn't put enough fuel in for another run.
Yeah, I see that. That's interesting. I wonder if how the strategy is different in that. If Sick Boy is really just putting enough fuel in for one hot lap, I'd imagine most are putting in a little more.
A lot of people are coming into the pits now.
Yep.
3 on that laps.
Alright, 5 minutes gone. The 2 Alfa Romeos at the top of the grid. Then Robert and Connor behind them, but you gotta think that somebody will crack that 130 mark, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Robert's
They'll
putting on
slowly
softs now. Do you know-
Scouster is on a hot lap.
Okay, nice. I'll hop on with him. Do you know how he's just invalidated?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's a shame.
Yeah, I feel like they shouldn't be too tough of a circuit to get some consistent laps in for qualifying, but
Yes, it's a more easy track to string together. Adam Brett down in P15 on the mediums. On his outlap, not outlap. His hot
yep.
lap,
So,
I believe.
has MFerk raced before?
He has. I believe it was Mexico.
Okay. I'm just trying to count up the amount of rookies we got out here. Sick Boy is just about midway through the second sector on his outlap, but he is definitely the one that I'll want to watch. Obviously, we have a legitimate championship battle now between Robert and Sick Boy. That's going to be the feature of this race, and hopefully for races to come, because that is exciting. They're getting into it last race as well.
Yeah, very exciting championship fight there.
Oh, do you see... Are you on board with Sick Boy by chance?
I'm on board with Adam Brett, who's just coming across the line now for P7.
Okay,
So,
good on him.
Pretty good lap.
Yeah, first lap for him, right? And he's on mediums too.
I'm now going to go on board with Sick Boy.
Because he's got Steph in front of him, who's also on an outlap, and I know those two like to try to get their slipstreams.
They like those strategies.
Yeah, through qualifying. And I think
could
they're
help them.
yeah, I think they're gonna get one. It's touchy because you obviously don't want Sick Boy to get enough speed to like be right up on Steph, but
I think Steph is a little bit too far in front for
oh,
a
see, look,
slipstream
Steph goes off his left.
to give him slipstream the next DRS straight. Very smart.
Yeah. And Sick Boy, he's on one so far. I think this is shaping up to be a good lap for him.
It is shaping up pretty good. The exit of the final corner wasn't very good. However, he's made up for it.
And I mean, he's got a slipstream on the opening straight, and now this one, like that.
It's going to give him a big advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That gives a big advantage.
You could gain 2-3 tenths.
Yep.
And here as well.
That
Just
is
not.
goofy. That is goofy. I love it though.
That was good. both Alfa Romeos still at top spot.
Yeah, they got to be loving that.
That's great.
Both those Alfa Romeo guys have been, they're like racing really well this season. I feel like they're always like the best of the rest, if you want to call it that.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
They are very good. They are currently trying to chase Williams in the constructor standings.
Here we go, Sick Boy going into the final turn, out onto the straight. And we will see if we have a new pole sitter, which I think we will by a good bit. There he goes. That is 7/10.
That is incredibly impressive.
And I honestly just can't imagine someone beating that time without some teamwork. Because Sick Boy, he put on a good lap and he got slipstreams every chance he could, so that is going to be tough. Obviously, Robert is the one that we're looking to see respond. Karpar, he sneaks in between the two Alfa Romeos.
That's a nice lap. Still a lot of time between pole and P5.
Oh, and Sky in the Haas, he goes 139. Big for him. And this is
good lap.
Starting to really put the pressure on Robert, because you cannot have a 5-place gap between your championship rival at the start of the race, when it just will be super difficult for Robert to...
I believe Robert is on a hot lap right now.
Yep, I'm on board with him. He's got 5 minutes to close that gap between Sick Boy.
Let's evaluate his lap.
I'll let you sort of comment on Roberts as he goes.
Smooth turn 1 and 2. Great exit out there. A little bit wide there, and he's just invalidated. This is big for the top couple people. He needs all the laps he can get.
Yep.
I know his qualifying pace hasn't been brilliant this season, but he has surprised us with his race pace, so even if he doesn't get a good qualifying position, he'll absolutely smash the race, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and it's not like his qualifying pace has been bad, because like I think he's been like 3 to 5 range. I guess we have your stats now that we can look.
Yeah, we can have a look.
Yep.
I believe Mexico was his worst position. I don't know what happened there.
Well, yeah, in Italy and Mexico, he was 9 and 12. How did he qualified 9th in Italy and then won it? And he qualified 12th in Mexico and won it. That's crazy.
Yeah, his race pace is literally unmatched.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see the driver stats that I come out with.
For sure.
But Sick Boy's looking incredibly strong for those stats currently.
I'm going to go on board with Connor Kidd, since he is another one that has definitely in that top 3. Man, and Connor Kidd's results are actually pretty strange. He's gone 1, 2, 8, then he didn't race, and then 1 and 9. So he's a bit of a hit or miss.
Yeah. I believe it's penalties for those few races.
Mm.
It is a bit difficult to evaluate laps since his car is all over the place. Not in terms of driving, but lag, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I was getting that issue for the first time last week. I'm not sure why, but started to get some lag from drivers, so hopefully Connor's is looking good to me, so...
Yes. Good exit out of that corner. It's going to be a 2/10 improvement for him so far.
Oh, and Mirko actually jumped B-Rob into the 129s.
Wow, yeah. Remember, B-Rob, that's his banker lap, so he has time to improve. But with only 2 minutes left in the session...
Yeah, it's getting down to it. I see Roberts going into the pit, so he will have about one more chance to throw himself up there.
Yellow flag and 6-1.
Alright, I think Connor Kidd will improve on his time, but will he be able to? He's still in that 130 range. He does hop up to 4th, pushes Carpart and Sky down, as well as Robert, who's now in 7th. Yeah, so as the session is coming to a close, the showing from Alfa Romeo remains strong.
This is really big for that team. And also for Aston Martin, who take 4th and 5th.
For sure. And I think Connor and Carpart both have a bunch of pace.
The race is going to be very interesting. 2 people have not set a time just yet. Godwin and Mferg.
Oh no! Robert was just trying to warm up his tires and went into a bit of a spin.
Was there any collision?
No, no collision, and it's in Sector 1, so he'll probably have plenty of time to recover those tires. He'll be fine. But
Very
man,
lucky for him, he didn't take damage.
Yeah, for sure, that would have been a disaster.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, this is the most excited I've been for a hot lap coming up here for Robert. I really, really, really want him to stick it somewhere up there in 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah, he needs it massively for the championship.
Yep, and it is worth mentioning though that Sick Boy, who definitely, I mean almost certainly has the fastest pace, fastest qualifying times in the league, but is not without faults. I can remember like 2 races where he has sort of taken big spins.
Yeah.
So the door isn't closed. Obviously anything can happen, but certainly this is a track that's not as dangerous as some of those other ones that have sent him.
Sure. The only corner that I'll... In Sector 3 there is one corner where you have to be careful on the curb, and that is about it for this track. So it's a really nice place to drive in.
Here we go. Robert is crossing the line for his last hot lap. He cuts that. Were you on board with him?
Yeah, that was down to the last millisecond.
Yeah, and it looked like he slid a little going into turn 1 even.
Yeah, that's going to lose him quite a bit of time.
Man.
Unfortunately.
See if he can recover.
Better turn 3.
Yep.
But that turn 1 and 2 is going to cost him quite a
Yeah,
lot.
he is still 2/10 down, which just shows you how he has not gotten that ideal lap yet in this session. But hopefully this will be able to bump him up. He needs only about 2/10 to get in front of Sky, but
Sick Boy is in the pit, so he will not be setting any more time, but I doubt anyone's going to smash that time. That was phenomenal.
yep. Again, yeah, the double slipstream. Robert is 5/10 down from his personal best, so
He's got to pray that no one else improves behind him. Which the only person who can do that is Adam Brett, who's coming across the line right around now.
okay.
Who goes
Oh
sixth.
no, he does.
Wow.
Oh, and Terramax goes up to 4th. Here we go. Where is Robert going to come across the line at?
Don't think he's going to improve on his time.
Oh,
Oh, he does.
oh,
must be a
he
glitch.
gets it. He gets into 129. Nearly goes into P2, but comfortably gets P3, and that's a massive, massive lap from Robert. Wow,
Hats
he
off to
actually did
Robert.
it.
Fantastic. He really needed that.
Definitely needed it.
The game
Wow,
was lying
and
to
there
us.
you have it. Lots of changes in those last few minutes. The Alfa Romeos get split by Robert. Sick Boy is on pole. We got Terramax sneaking in there out of nowhere at P5. The 2 Aston Martins following them. Adam Brett with his first drive of the season, as well as Sky going 8-9. That's sort of right where you want to be if you're a bit trepidatious coming into your first race this season. So they got to be happy. The 2 McLarens rounding out the bottom with gotta win. Not able to set a time there. Not sure what happened to him, but we'll see what happens in the race. I'm excited. That was a great qualifying session.
That was brilliant. I love watching that.
Yeah.
Very fun to commentate as well.
Absolutely, man. Interesting to think what would have been if Sick Boy doesn't get those slipstreams. How close those top 3 would have been.
Yeah, well, again, great strategy from Williams there.
Yep, and they've been doing it. They've been doing it all season. I try to tell people to copy them, but I guess it does. It's not as easy as it sounds.
No, but brilliant strategy for them. Good pole position. Yeah, being in a very interesting race.
And the rain is a pouring. This
also, man to watch, Steph down in P11.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that.
Should be in for a good race on him, trying to climb those positions, get those positions back.
Are you surprised that Steph can be so competitive without manual gears? Because that blows my mind.
Yeah. Off of the formation lap.
We have our weekly spin watch in the formation lap, which is going to be extra spicy today since we are warming up in the wet.
Full wet today. Looking at the weather forecast for France, it's going to be very interesting. Predicted to be dry midway through the session.
Yeah, that will be super interesting.
Strategy is big around here, especially
yeah, I was
gonna
say definitely can gain some positions off of some strategy choices, which is what Robert has got to be thinking, sitting there back in P3 with Mirko between him and Sick Boy. It would be massive for Robert to do away with Mirko on a better start.
This track's going to test everyone's consistency in the wets as well.
Yep.
So the skill gap is going to be quite large.
Yep, I would agree.
This would be also good for team principals to maybe scout some drivers to draft in for season 2.
That's a good point as well.
But both Alfa Romeos, they're looking really good today.
Yeah, for sure.
B-Rob has pulled amazing results out in the past. I've seen his race pace. I think he can do something magical today.
Yeah, and same with Mirko. I feel like Mirko's always sort of poking in there, then has gotten bad luck quite a few times, but no bad luck in this qualifying session, so we'll see what they could do as the Aston Martin and the new Alpine take each other out, it seems. Always miss one of those.
Luckily no damage is on the formation lap.
Can you tell if they have damage somehow?
Formation lap damage is completely off.
Oh, gotcha.
On this game, so it's fortunate for them. Otherwise 2 DNS already, that would be a bit tragic.
Yeah. Alright, I think I want to start on board with Robert here.
I'm going to start on board with B-Rob.
And we will do our best to keep track of the carnage that happens behind them, but that is always the hardest part of these races is lap 1, especially in the rain. Last minute prediction here, Dark. Who you got? Who's taking this one?
Sick Boy is looking really strong, but I've got high hopes for Roberts.
And 5 lights, and we are racing in. Wait, oh,
no lights then.
And we're off.
Good start from Robert.
Super strong start from Robert. He's pulling up side by side. He gets ahead of Sick Boy. He's going to be P1 into turn 1.
That was a brilliant start, but Sick Boy is looking to get back at him.
Yeah, he's not far behind. And I think most everyone kept it clean through that turn 1.
Yep.
We'll stay on board at the top to see if Sick Boy can reclaim that spot, but what a massive jump from Robert. Scadster, he also moves up 3 places.
Oh, that's a spin for Tarmax.
And we got Terramax off. Did you catch what happened there?
Yeah, Taramat spun in the wets. I think got a little bit too aggressive on the power. B-Rob ran right back in the back of him, so I believe he might have damage, although I'm unsure.
B-Rob?
Yeah, B-Rob.
Man, Connor the Kid, he's in fourth, but a good second and a half from the top three. Mirko's staying right on Sick Boy's tail. He's going to be able to catch a slipstream in this second straight. He's getting up to his back tire. I don't think he's going to be able to pull ahead on this first lap quite yet. Meanwhile, Robert with his second and a half lead. Oh, there goes Mirko on the inside. Can he close off Sick Boy? He does. And he takes P2. Fantastic move from Mirko.
I've noticed that Sick Boy is actually on the intermediates, and everyone else is on the wet, so I think
Oh, you're right.
Disadvantaged than everyone else.
You're right. And I wonder if there's a chance of that paying off later in the stint. But
I believe that will pay off.
Oh, and Mirko's off track. Not sure what happened. I just caught him as he was spinning. But Roberts opened up a 2-second lead. What'd you say about Steph?
Steph has gone down a little bit down the order. There's a good battle between the new guy.
And we have our first penalty for Cameroon there. So one Alfa Romeo has a bit of a run-in. B-Rob drops back to 6, but Mirko is able to pass Sick Boy on those inters to claim P2.
Little spin from Mirko, but he saves it.
Man, yeah. Yep, he's just 2/10. I was just about to wonder how many spots Sick Boy may slip on these tires.
He's very slow on these intermediates.
Yep, Connor's going to be able to get...
cold.
I think Connor will be able to get past him in this upcoming... no, I guess not.
The battle for P3 extends down to P7.
Yeah, that is where the tightest pack is at the moment. A bit of separation like we predicted otherwise, but quite a good battle to watch here. As you said, going on for P3. B-Rob and Skadster side by side. B-Rob squeaks ahead of him. And B-Rob will pull ahead into P5. That's big for him.
Connor Kid still right behind Sick Boy here.
Yep.
Might be able to take him into this corner.
You gotta think he'll be able to. At the very least, once DRS opens up, if he can stay on his tail, it'll be quite a lot easier. He's not going to be able to into turn 1. Yeah, Sick Boy seems to be matching Connor's pace for the most part.
Meanwhile, Roberts gapped 3 seconds now.
Yeah, incredible, man. Incredible. Who would have predicted that Robert would be the one in clean air sailing? Here we go. Connor the Kid's still not quite able to get any overtake opportunity on Sick Boy yet.
No DRS is proving difficult for overtaking.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot we won't even have DRS. We probably will once the...
slipstream.
Yeah, once the... Do you know what lap the rain is about predicted to stop?
It's predicted around lap 9, maybe 10.
Nice.
B-Rob getting close to Connor as well.
Yep. And I think Steph may have had a go-off. He dropped down to 14th. I know there's a yellow flag in Sector 2 or something for a bit there.
I think he half-spun.
Yeah, and this
position change looks like to be Skadster, who has moved up 4 positions.
Yeah, it's great from him. And this pack of Sick Boy, Connor, and B-Rob is just about wheel to wheel. Connor is closer, I feel, than he has been before, but he's still just not close enough to get any chance at a move here. Oh, we have the Ferrari going into the pit. Must have been some contact from an incident. If you were in this race, Dark, what do you think your stop strategy would be?
It's wet, so I think I would just stretch the... I think I would have done something a little bit like Sick Boy. He knows that it will dry up towards the latter stage of this race, so perhaps would have chanced it on the intermediates.
Yeah.
However, it would have been probably one stop we should expect. However, the dry period potentially could really mess up some strategies.
He's got 7 seconds till Robert right now. Sick Boy does. Mirko also enjoying complete clean air. He's got to be happy, chilling in P2. Connor Kidd lost some time on Sick Boy now. He's a second behind, but B-Rob is only 1/10, and he's eyeing the inside on these turns. I don't think he has the room for it, but he's certainly looking.
Strong pace from B-Rob.
Yeah.
Getting really close, Connor Kidd there. Is looking fantastic for the Alfa Romeo. It takes P2 and P5.
Yep, certainly. And again, Sick Boy is now 2 seconds away from Connor Kidd, so I'm not sure how that just happened so quickly that Connor lost the pace. I don't think he spun or anything, but he must have had a little bit of a slip.
Tarmac's into the pits.
Oh, and Robert's into the pit.
Is he?
So is Mirko. Okay, so we already have some strategy differences coming out.
Potentially been told by the race engineer that the track is drying up a little bit, which could mean that Sick Boy's tyres are going to be suitable for these type of conditions.
And how long can you usually expect wets and intermediates to last?
Wets and intermediates, normally about half the race distance. They can go you can stretch them quite a while. However, the difference between maybe a new fresh set and one that's been on for 10 laps is quite large.
Wow, so Robert, yeah, he switched on to intermediates. Do you think that is just a straight up mistake then, to start on wets and have to switch to intermediates so quickly in the race, or do you think that is a legitimate strategy choice?
Well, it depends. I believe it was might have been more of a mistake to start on wet. It was good for the start of the race. However, now that the intermediates are now switched on, as Sick Boy, I believe, is going on for the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Which proves that the intermediates are now the better race tyre. So this is a fantastic strategy from Sick Boy.
Yeah. And Steph also, he started on intermediates, so that'll be something to watch. Connor and B-Rob will both go into the pits now. And the grid, followed by Skadster. Grid is getting shaken up quite early. Sky goes into the pits.
That's the fastest lap for Sick Boy.
So we do have those 3 of Karpar, Adam, and Cameroon who started on the wets and are hanging on to him.
Not very good strategy call from my former teammate Robert.
We'll hope it can work out somehow, but I do tend to...
It's the safety car.
agree.
What's happened there?
Oh no.
Looks like an incident with A2A Philippe. He's going slowly.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything, and it doesn't seem like anybody is completely off the track or...
I think A2A spun and hit the wall. He's lost his wing.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, he has. You're right. Should be a super safe safety car then. It hardly seems like we need one at all, but...
Yeah.
Man, and another wrench is thrown into these strategies as a safety car comes right after nearly all the grid is pit in the last 2 laps.
This is not good for Sick Boy, as now Robert will be right behind him.
Yep, he had Sick Boy had about like I missed it, but I think it was something close to a 20-second gap on the rest of the grid.
Yeah.
And that is gonna all go away.
Now Robert is back into
And Sick Boy, I think, makes the correct call, and he goes in for the pits now. But it's a difficult call to make, seeing as it felt like he made the right strategy decision. Was about to reap the rewards, but we'll have to change it. It will be interesting to see what tires. He's just switching on to new intermediates.
Robert is not pitting.
Oh, you know what that means, Dark?
I do know what that means.
We should have... Yes! We got Robert and Sick Boy right behind each other now in 1-2 as they're racing on more or less equal tires. Obviously Robert's got 2 more laps on him, but here is the championship battle, man.
Steph says out and is now to P3.
Okay. And
however, these are on older intermediates.
He's the only one on the grid who has not pit yet.
This is a good strategy from Steph here. I think Sick Boy should have maybe followed suit. However, he's managed to pull out ahead of Robert. So
yeah, I think it's got to be the right call since that was a free pit. Like he just got new tires, didn't lose any spots. It's a tough call to make, seeing as he was looking so good to stretch those intermediates out a while. But
so far, every call he's made has been good. Good for him. Further on the grid, B-Rob has gone down the order slightly.
Yeah, I think he got a bit screwed by that safety car. I think Karpar really benefited from it as he's in P5 with fresh tires now though. And we have our first dry tires coming out with Adam Breck going on to the mediums. What do you think about that, Dirk?
That's a big risk. Since the track looks wet and it's still raining.
Yep.
So he's got to hope that the track's going to dry up in the next 2 laps.
Yeah, and it's got to dry fast for that to be worth it, because he will be losing time on those mediums as the safety car ends.
Disadvantage there. If anything, he should have maybe gone on soft.
The safety car really gets under my nerves here, because, like, go in right now. You got to go in.
I think they have to wait for everyone to catch up to the train.
Good point.
Which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, I think a VSC would have done fine.
Yeah, safety car's a little bit unnecessary, but it's messed up everyone's strategies, so we like it.
Exactly. Oh wait, what?
He's gone back into the pit.
Oh no! Do you think we'll see what tires he put on now?
Maybe the wrong tires.
Oh no, what's going on here?
This is mediums.
What is going on?
I'm guessing a kind of glitch or something. Maybe he hasn't selected tyres. But that's really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, he's just put on the same tires in 2 laps, I believe.
In terms of rookies, Cameron is above every rookie on the grid so far.
Okay, that's good to note. Yeah, Sky was poking up there, I believe, early in the race, but he's fell back down to 12.
I think the safety car did not help him in that situation at all. But Sick Boy and Robert, this is going to be an incredible battle.
Have you been keeping up with some of the banter in Discord?
I haven't actually.
We got Karpar calling Adam Brett a Muppet. We got Robert calling for penalty points for Williams. Oh, and another 5-second penalty for oh no, that's the 2 AlphaTauris colliding under a safety car. Not ideal.
Not a big deal, we'll get them removed. Sky's put Discord that he's got a dry setup on, that's why he's more or less down the order.
Yeah, he said that
Unfortunately.
before the race, though, to be fair.
He did. Maybe he didn't look at the weather forecast.
The
Is the safety
Ferrari,
car going yet?
man, we're still going
Oh
around.
my god.
This is ridiculous. Ferrari, by the way, going into the pits, collects a speeding penalty.
Wonder what tyres. The hard compound.
Why do we have so much? I don't like seeing all the places, all the movement in that like 8, 9, 10 spots. Hopefully everybody should just be staying in place.
Let's have a look at Magnusberg. His best race position currently is P9, and he's now P8.
That's Ferk you're talking about?
Yep.
Right?
In the Mercedes, this is the highest position a Mercedes has been yet this season.
Yeah,
They've
they've
not had consistent drivers at all,
Yep.
apart from Ferk. It's not looking good for the McLarens, down in 11th and 13th.
No, it is not. And Felipe has been a little dark horse this season. I believe he's what, like P4, P5 in the driver's standings?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he's just been consistently showing up.
He's P7 currently.
Oh, he's P7 in the driver's standings?
Yeah, I think he's gone down a little bit.
Sure. Hey, safety car in this lap.
Finally.
And you sort of feel like if Adam Brett would have stayed on those first mediums, it actually would have been decent for him.
Yeah. Going on to the dry compound.
Oh
I
wait,
don't
why do
think
we
that's
have Ferk like overtaking Sick Boy?
That's very weird.
Oh, he's off.
And he's gone round. And
Okay,
it's
wait,
got a
yeah, I
restart.
gotta get back up to the start since racing's about to resume. I don't know what that was from Ferk though, but he is back at the grid now.
Yeah. He hardly got any penalties for though. Only 8 seconds. Very strange glitch.
And
there.
here comes Sick Boy swerving. He's gonna look to get a good restart, but Robert not far behind. Steph also side by side to Robert. Steph's gonna look to make a move. Oh, Mirko
Well,
goes on the
Mirko.
outside of Robert. Robert will be able to hold them both off though, as Mirko does get P3 over Steph.
Steph on Mirko.
Yep, Steph's coming right back at it. He's wheel to wheel, and he's gonna be able to brake. No, he doesn't get the overtake going into this turn. Mirko will stay ahead. Mirko's got fresher tires. And that is the way it is sitting for now. The two Aston Martins
flags
have...
down below.
Yep.
I believe it is the Ferrari and the hard compound really struggling for grip at the moment.
Wow, and so Robert hovering around that second mark to Sick Boy. And then we've got Connor Kidd right on his teammate's back, as well as B-Rob back to putting on some pressure.
The Ferrari has spun down in sector 2.
Yep. Just gonna...
Fortunate for him, those hard tyres have no grip whatsoever. However, it's looking like it's stopped raining.
It has. It is lap 10, so pretty much your prediction right on as we hit our first straight since the restart. We'll see if
This could
anybody's...
be big for
able to
Adam
make
Brett,
a
who
move.
is on the mediums.
Yep, but he's got a lot of work to do back there in 14. Connor Kidd is the closest. Car park goes a little too deep on that T1. And Connor will be able to pull alongside him and get out ahead. Oh, he does collect 3 seconds though. As he does it, will Carpar battle back? No, he'll let his teammate take P5 from him. And Connor will set his eyes on Steph.
Tarmac went for the dive bomb on B-Rob there, spun himself around.
Yeah, just caught the end of that. Tarmac will regain control, slip right in between the McLarens. The Ferrari is out of the race.
Steph goes a little bit wide down the back straight. Might give Conor Kidd a good opportunity to attack him.
Yeah, and that is the thing that I do like about these races in the wet, in that in most of these dry races, your main overtake chance is coming on those straights with DRS into turn 1 usually. Here you're seeing a lot of times the overtakes are coming from the person in front of them, just sliding a bit out of turns or going a little too deep. The turns require a lot more finesse in the rain, which is given a little more interesting overtake opportunities, I think.
I agree. We have people in the pits.
Ooh, both of our leaders.
Top 2.
Top 3, top 4, top 5.
I think
top
everyone's
6.
in, I believe.
And we're slapping on dry tires, aren't we?
Dries. Everyone is in. Oh, Tarmac stays out.
You would think you would throw on softs here, right? Yep, it's softs, just about everyone is.
Double stack for Williams. Do not think that's ended up well for them. It's been held up a little bit.
Quite a lot of penalties coming from the pit lane, but honestly, overall, we still have about half the grid who are staying penalty free, which is great from the commentator's point of view. Helps it a lot easier to track.
A lot better. Also, we can actually predict who's going to win.
Yeah.
So both Sick Boy and Roberts are on the soft.
Yep, just B-Rob. B-Rob was the only one there who went in to get new dries and put on mediums. So it'll be interesting. If you look into your crystal ball, which has been so far correct, what lap do you think the rain is going to look to pick up again?
The percentage of rain is going to be around, I believe, a lap 20, maybe 22. So you have a few laps on dries. So this is really throwing a spanner into the works, most definitely.
Yeah, it sure is. Karpar gets 5 seconds in the pit, man. As those 3 that didn't last lap, they all go into pit. Sick Boy, Robert regain lead of the race. I can't quite understand why Sick Boy has such a massive lead on Robert.
I believe Roberts was held up in the pit because Williams have the last pit garage in the pit lane.
No, really?
Yeah, so I believe everyone came in and Robert was held up slightly with all the traffic coming through, which is really unfortunate for him.
That is very, very unfortunate.
Because I believe he was only a second back from Sick Boy going into
the
pit.
Yeah, he was right on him. Steph has got the closest gap to Cameroon right now, just about 4/10 as we go into the pit. Also as we go into the straight, also should have mentioned the DRS is active this lap as we see Steph making use of it. Pulling within 2/10 of Cameroon. He's got the pace. He's going to go on the inside. They're about even going into these 2 turns. Steph will be able to pull that off flawlessly, take the overtake for P5. What a move from Steph. That's some good racing. Yeah.
Definitely in the highlights, that one.
Hardly.
Well, here comes... Is that B-Rob? No, it's not. Who's this? A lap down car. Scadster.
Oh, yeah. Karpar
just has
go ahead.
More pace.
Man, yeah, and Robert's got so much work to do. Karpar and B-Rob. Oh no, Karpar made a little bit of contact with B-Rob and sent him off. B-Rob spinning. He's coming back to the track. That may be showing up in the race incidents. I'm not sure if you caught that.
B-Rob's race is unraveling quickly. It's not good for him.
Yeah, and that's tough. I don't think that was any bit his fault, to be honest. Did you happen to catch that?
I didn't. I was looking at Mirko, who is really close to Robert now.
Yep. On with them as Felipe makes a move on Terramax down there. Oh, Terramax comes back though. A little battle for 9th place, yep. Felipe, he's going to make a move. Nope, he throws Terramax into the corner.
Mirko is on Roberts. He's going to make a move down the inside. Robert outbrakes him though. However, has a better exit.
Oh, but gets held up a little bit there. Yeah, just caught the end of that tussle.
Nothing major. I don't think any damage was given. But this is a good battle.
Yep. And Mirko has really been flexing his strength so far in these qualifying and race sessions.
He's improved massively. Kid 3 seconds back.
Mirko down to 4.5 tenths from Robert, but more than enough to get this DRS and make things a little interesting. On their 14th lap, Sick Boy set it, 15th lap, excuse me. Sick Boy set in that fastest lap. He'll hold that for a while, and it will be interesting. Wait, let me pause, see if Mirko can make any move here. I don't
too far back.
think so, yep, as long as Robert keeps it steady. He's only a tenth behind, yeah. A little bit of a wobble from Robert. And this could get spicy on this second straight. Only 2 tenths back with the DRS and the slipstream. He moves to the left, gets the inside, and I think he'll be able to pull in front before the turn. Yeah, he gets well ahead of Robert. Massive speed. Yeah. That was just a massive difference in speed there coming on that straight.
This is allowing Sick Boy to run away a little bit with a 6 second gap.
Yep. But you gotta think that our fastest lap of the race will be happening during these dry laps. So this
I believe
is really...
Sick Boy has already got the fastest lap.
Yep, he's got the fastest one, but it could be Robert or Mirko who are exchanging DRS here to get a faster one. It will be interesting. I think Mirko may have a shot at it. Robert has a bit of a weak exit coming out of that last turn. He'll drop to 7 tenths back from Mirko, pull a little closer through DRS. Sick Boy does hold on to that fastest lap, so nothing going on there.
Mirko has a little bit less ERS than Robert currently.
Yeah, only down at 6%. Oh, nope, now up 15.
So this battle is allowing Kid to close up slightly.
Yeah, and Mirko's actually only a little over 4 seconds from Sick Boy now, so that gap is closing as well.
It's close by 1.8 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about.
Ooh, Robert getting very close to Mirko.
Yep, good racing. He's going to be able to... It's always this last sector that... Oh! Mirko wobbles a bit, opens up a window for Robert, but closes it just as quickly. Is that the curve that you're talking about, by the way?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one from...
It's very high. Could lose balance of the car.
Yeah, just one of those curves you can't accelerate on really at all, or else you'll go off.
I don't at all.
Alright, and another final sector where Mirko's able to just get a tiny bit of a gap before this DRS comes in.
He has a lot of traction out of that last corner.
Yeah. But this race is far from over, since we know we do have one bit more of weather change left, which means we have one more decision to be made by every driver on the grid for what they are going to do with it. And you would think, do you think drivers will be slapping on some intermediates to end the race?
I think so. The weather forecast did say that there's a chance of rain, so either they're going to brave it out on the dries for another 3 laps until the end, or they're going to put on the mini intermediates.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if there's any difference of opinion between the top 3.
Strategy is going to be very big in this race. I can see that.
And again, Mirko slowly closing that gap to Sick Boy.
Down to 3.6 seconds now.
Yeah.
It was 6 seconds. I don't believe Sick Boy is struggling with 4 tyres at the moment, as they're all in the same lap age.
Yep.
Perhaps the battle between Robert and Mirko is demanding the best from these 2 drivers, which it certainly is.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you can get a bit complacent when you have such a big lead, so much clean air. It becomes a little bit lonely. Well, meanwhile, these guys are so locked in, making sure that they're taking every turn as best they can.
Top 3 do not have penalties, so
Yeah.
it'll be 1 on track. Which, for the first time, I believe, in this league.
I think it happened in Bahrain, the one that I missed.
Oh yeah, Bahrain.
Oh, and even...
Nothing.
Oh yeah, no, last week I think there was a bit of... Oh, no.
No. He went a little bit wide.
Oh, just a little bit. Yeah, I was on board with him as
Tiny
well.
bit.
And that'll be massive.
He didn't get in time either, so I don't think that was deserved.
Man, just as he gets 2 tenths into Mirko,
And he's
driving
gonna
with some
overtake
anger
him.
now, he goes on the inside, or the outside rather, onto this long turn, a little bit of a
Getting tight.
contact. Yep, they're wheel to wheel. Oh no! They're going wheel to wheel around the bend.
Mirko gets 3 seconds.
Mirko gets his own 3 seconds, yep. And a little bit of switchback, nope, just a little bit of contact, another nudge. These guys are getting their elbows out for this battle for P2.
I love seeing this.
Yep.
Fantastic battle.
And the rain is starting to come back ever so slightly.
Lap 18, a little bit earlier than I predicted, but kind of
That's
finished
alright.
straight into the pits.
Oh, yeah, very, very interesting. Here goes Mirko with the DRS and the slipstream. He moves to the left on the inside, using up all the ERS he can. He'll be able to get enough space ahead, but Robert not letting him have it. He'll maintain the inside. They'll be wheel to wheel coming down this straight. And Mirko takes a slight edge. And he'll hold on to it. What racing from these 2, man.
Very clean.
Yeah, really clean.
I like it a lot.
As do
Because
I.
all the while, the gap shrinks to Sick Boy.
And I think we'll have a little bit of break in this battle as Robert reaches Mirko at the end of this turn. Surely he won't be able to put a move on. Yep, he
We
won't.
have
But
4 drivers on intermediates currently.
okay. Yep, Connor Kidd, the most competitive of those. He's in P7. He's having a little battle with the Haas, it looks like.
Ooh. Robert had to lift into that flat out corner. Believe it's almost time, perhaps 1 more lap for intermediates.
Yep.
Crossover point, maybe lap 20.
And you would think we're about to close up DRS, wouldn't you too? If it hasn't
Yeah.
already.
The biggest indicator is DRS. Once it's disabled, everyone's in. Mirko
Ooh,
goes straight in.
Yeah, and I think that was... So yeah, Robert will stay out. He'll still get that DRS. I think that was a little clever bit of decoy from Mirko. I would imagine Robert may want to have followed him, but Mirko threw that into the pits like real quick without any warning.
I think his focus is more on the Sick Boy, as that's his championship fight.
Yeah, but he's back to 6 seconds from Sick Boy. Worth noting that as Robert and Mirko both picked up 3 seconds in that battle, Steph has sort of snuck up there as well, and he's penalty free as well. He's obviously got 10 seconds, quite a large gap, but... Oh, whoa.
What happened there?
Yeah, no, I don't know how Felipe and Sky just jumped up, but
Oh, I think Steph just came out of the pits and they jumped
oh,
him.
you're
However,
correct. Yep,
Steph is going to have a big advantage over those two.
for sure. And they'll have to go into the pits. You would think this lap.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Carpire's DNF'd.
Oh, that's too
That's a
bad.
shame.
Carpar, yeah, he's always racing very hard. I feel like.
Yeah, he's a good driver, but he just needs to, improve his consistency a little bit. Yeah, showing what he's capable of. Will Sickboy go in? Yes, he does. And I can
6-1
guarantee
goes in. Yeah, Robert's
Robert
got
will
to.
follow him. Yeah,
Yep,
Evans
as he
in.
does. Terramax must too. But he's a whole 20 seconds behind.
I think Mirko entered the pits a little bit too early. I think the GIs will still have a delta on them on the intermediate, so I don't think Mirko will jump Robert or Sickboy at all.
It is not looking like it, yeah. Yeah, not really close. Sickboy and Robert will be completely free of Mirko.
Question is, Tarmac, who has not pitted yet and he's still on the soft.
Oof, that's going to be tough to keep it on the track in this next lap.
Following through, he keeps it quite clean into turn 1 and 2.
And so now it's looking like Sickboy's got the biggest gap that he's had all race now, with about over 8 seconds from him to Robert. Mirko now also the farthest behind he's been out of that battle. So we have a 1-2-3 sifting up here, with a little break in the battles between those guys. I'm looking elsewhere where we may see some action, but quite a lot of space.
Very big space. The two McLarens are very close to each other.
Yep, I'm on board with Cameroon right now. I believe DRS is turned off by now.
I would assume so.
It was on last lap, which I was... Yeah, I see Felipe.
X-Ray goes a little bit wide. Hinders his line for the next set of
Here we
corners, which
go.
allows
Cameroon
to sail past
flies
him.
out. And there you go, DRS
Yeah,
disabled.
it's not disabled.
And Cameroon takes P8. Good driving from the new McLaren. Oh, we have
Okay, I think
Terramax and
he,
Robert. We're going about side by side. Robert does get the pass on him, which was inevitable, would have come anyways as Terramax heads
Yep.
into the pit. And Robert has... Yep, Robert has 9 seconds to make up over 5 laps.
Yeah, it has to have an amazing pace. Not a brilliant strategy call from Mirko, who dived in a lap too early.
Yep. I don't dislike it though, just trying to zig when, you
It was a
know...
gamble.
Yep. You sort of
It could have paid
gotta...
off. Unfortunately, it
Exactly.
did not.
And he'll still be... I'm... Oh, man.
Oh no.
He picks up another 3 seconds, which takes his
Kid is
total...
right on Steph. Well, not right on him,
Yep.
but closing the gap.
Yep, thank you for pointing that out. I'm on board with him now. As again, Steph has no penalty, so... And he's only... Oh, well, he's 11.5 seconds behind Mirko, so... Mirko's still safe from that for now, but... Gotta be careful. As long as Sickboy hardly has to even worry about pace anymore. He's got 10 seconds and a 3-second penalty on Robert. So as long as he just doesn't go into the wall, he should be able to take this one home.
True. Looking at his driving style currently, he is conserving here, very conservative, making sure he's not making any mistakes. It will be
Yeah.
smart. He's pressuring Roberts to make a mistake now, as he'll try to catch him. So Sickboy is a really good spot to win this race.
Absolutely. And Robert and Mirko are 2 and 3, which they both had some opportunities to be higher, but I don't think either of them will sniff at a podium finish for this race.
The grid is looking quite set, apart from Connor Kid, who is very close to
Yeah, and we do have Sky putting a little bit of pressure on the McLaren.
That's a 3-second time penalty, oh dear.
Oh man, you see how many seconds Cameroon's got stacked up?
Oh wow, 23 seconds.
So he's been racing well, battling well, but he will almost surely drop down to 10, 11-ish once those penalties come into effect.
The two Williams drivers have no penalties. This is big for Steph.
Yeah.
Although he needs to gain 6 seconds in order to jump Mirko.
Sky's making a move here, going into the second turn. He does get the inside, but he takes it a little too cheeky and picks up 3 seconds from it, so he'll get the spot.
Ultimately, doesn't matter as Cameroon has a lot of penalties stacked up against his name.
Yep. Oh!
Oh.
Interesting. Probably still will not come into effect.
No. If Roberts kept it clean or maybe didn't cut that corner a little bit, he would have maybe been able to snatch that win, but he is now 11 seconds back.
I gotta feel like the turning point of this race for Robert was that pit where your best guess is that he got held up, which I can't think of any other reason. I'm sure we will hear about it from Robert after the race, but
yeah,
those two after that safety car were toe to toe about like a second gap, and then ever since that pit stop, it has been Sick Boy in clean air in first.
I also think battling with Mirko has something to do with it as well. They've lost time to Sick Boy focusing on Mirko there.
Man,
but I do think he was held up in the pit lane with everyone going in.
Connor is eyeing Steph's back now. It looks like this may be the last chance for overtake in this race, as everybody else is a second or a few apart. Connor
big
just
for
3
Steph.
tenths. Yeah.
P4 is brilliant.
Yep.
Not so great for Alpine today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to race. Slight contact between Connor.
It's a little bit.
Steph.
Keep it straight. And what's the tires looking like for them? Pretty much the same. 1 lap difference. We have got 3 laps left to make a move.
The lead, I don't think, will budge.
Yeah, I truly do think that this little bout between Connor and Steph may be the last bit of action in the race and may completely even out after that.
Unfortunately for Connor, he has a 3-second time penalty, which he could get removed. But if he doesn't get past Steph and gap 3 seconds, you don't think he'll be safe for P4.
Yep. Williams are definitely the one that are coming out of this smiling, as they are the only team that have 2 drivers who have had strong performances today. B-Rob has not slipped too much. He's back in 7th, but
great from him.
Yeah.
With Tarmax fighting some lap down car, his teammate actually, it's looking like he could catch up.
Oh dear, I see that.
Tangle down below.
Do lapped cars, do back markers not ghost?
Back markers do not ghost, no. Ghosting is off for this lobby.
Oh boy. Oh, and look at that. Skadster steps aside. Smart move. Skadster, by the way, some reason on softs, he might have just run out of tires.
I think something happened to him early in the race. I think he spun and he got demoted down to the bottom, which is very unfortunate for him. B-Rob, well, the Alfa Romeo's showing from them in the qualifying. A little disappointing for B-Rob in the race, although he did get hit.
Right. And that was quite early, I believe. Lap 1, maybe.
Yes, no one's fault, though it is quite unfortunate for B-Rob there.
Really makes you appreciate the composure that real life drivers have to have when it's like They've got millions on the line, their reputations, their whole careers, everything, and somebody can just fuck their whole
Take
race.
away.
Yeah. It's incredible.
And then after almost hitting a wall, being last, like Sebastian Vettel in Italy, I believe it's 2018, he got hit off from, I believe, P2, and then he was last, and then back to P2 to maintain that composure throughout the entire race from being last is quite something.
Yeah. As we were watching here, Connor picked up another 3-second penalty, which is massive for Steph, as that takes off pretty much all the pressure. There's no way that he's getting both of those removed. You gotta feel like Steph has settled into P4 here.
Yeah, fantastic from him. I believe he has gained the most amount of positions, which is great race pace from him.
Yeah,
7
you're right.
positions.
He's jumped 7 positions with no penalties.
He started P11 on the grid. I believe it's a strategy call from the first round of pit stops. Really helped him. Last lap now.
Last lap, yep, and Connor has fallen a bit back from Steph. I think we have seen all we've got to see in terms of overtakes and challenges here. Quite.
B-Rob right on tarmacs though.
Oh, is he?
What is this tarmac?
Oh no, that's Skadster.
Nameplate's not showing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit glitchy because it's also. Oh.
Oh, there we go. Phased out of existence. I believe that is all the battles.
Oh boy, I hope these two don't get into it. As they keep it clean, B-Rob gets ahead of him. Sick Boy picks up another penalty.
Man. Matter though, he is going to cross the line.
Yeah.
Victor of France.
16 seconds ahead. Can't take that away through penalties. Quite
Hats
an
off to
interesting race. Lots decided from strategy, from weather, from some incidents, but Sick Boy coming out well on top. Robert in P2. Mirko will take home P3. And a shout out to Steph for a strong race.
Great race from Steph. I did say he was the man to watch.
Sick Boy is swerving on the final straight. Very, very bold. Oh! He goes into the wall!
I don't think that matters too much. He does take the win.
He does take the win with half a wing. Man, the cheek from Sick Boy coming out swerving in the rain.
Very competitive. P2 for Robert. P3 for Mirko. Now that is a nice podium. He's very happy about that.
Yeah. What are your overall thoughts on the race, Stark? How do you think shaped up? I feel like it matched pretty much our expectations, what was about to happen. Lots of gaps between drivers, but still some good battles to be seen.
Big gaps, a couple of battles, not as much as I thought there would be. The strategy though was really interesting to see what drivers would be doing. I think that's the highlight of this race. The strategy really helped Sick Boy, hindered Robert a little bit there, massively helped Steph. Yeah, overall, that was a good race.
Great race, and how will it affect our standings? We have Sick Boy extending his lead over Roberts. I'm pretty sure
Sick Boy gets the maximum amount of points possible. 1 point for pole, 2 points for fastest lap, and 25 points. So he will extend his lead quite by a big gap. Mirko,
yeah, what a strong race. But our point system is set up though that it doesn't make it too, massive, too big of a lead. Yeah, which I do
so
like.
Robert will follow right behind Sick Boy. I believe Steph is going to move up a couple of positions with that P4 position finish. I think he might jump B-Rob.
And about our constructors. So Alpine's got a 29 point gap, which will certainly be shrunk after this performance by the Williams.
Also, Alfa Romeo, they'll catch up slightly with Williams, although they will slightly pull ahead. Who else we're looking for? The race from Tarmax, who gets P6. But yeah, Williams have come out as victor of this race.
Absolutely. And where are we going to next week?
I believe it is... not too sure. Austria.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, I feel like that's got to
It's
be
nice
and rightfully so.
Driver of the
Codemasters gives Steph the driver of the day. In my
I think
opinion,
that will correlate
yep,
to the Discord as well.
I would think so. And there is our podium. What countries do we have represented? We got a Irish, we got a Swiss, or no, yeah.
Yeah, Swiss and Britain.
Oh, right, Sick Boy's British, yeah. Man, well, fun race, kept it mostly low-key, but was definitely a fun one to watch.
Yep. Also really fun to commentate as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Super happy to have you join me. Very happy to have you
you
join me for the rest of the races. It's going to be fun. Definitely helped me out a lot, catching stuff that I didn't, adding some insight that I don't have. Really appreciate it.
Second pair of eyes.
Absolutely.
It's really fun to commentate along the legend. Always enjoy watching the videos. They are really nice to watch.
For sure. We got some great racing here in this league. Happy to be a part of it. Happy to be a part
Same.
of the French Grand Prix today. Congratulations to Sick Boy. Fastest lap in qualifying, fastest lap in race, fastest driver through our 27 laps, I think it was, or 29 or something. Williams
No one
makes
could take
quite...
that away from him.
What'd you say?
No one could take that away from him. He was very strong this whole race.
Yep, won this one flat out, as well as a fantastic challenge from Robert Mirko, taking his best finish in P3. Congratulations to him, as well as Steph with a fantastic drive. I think that should do it from us, Dark. You good to wrap it up?
I am. See you later, guys.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend.
been
And
an
we
honor.
will catch you guys back here next week, Thursday.